welcome to this video, the Real Crypto Sentinel. Nothing you see in this video is financial advice, so please do your own research. Before we dive into today's video in the trenches, I just want to touch on something we discussed in the last video, Bitcoin net unrealized profit and loss charts, and what to expect potentially from this alt season. Are we going to get an alt season? So there's a few external factors that having a large impact on Bitcoin price initially, and then directly on whether we're going to get a alt season or maybe even a meme coin super cycle. Okay, to get us started, I'm just going to bring back up the NUPL, net unrealized profit and loss chart from bitcoinmagazine.com. For Bitcoin, the NUPL basically measures the market cap rises against profit taking. So when the market cap rises much faster than profit taking, we can see the market overheating, and that is signified by the red band, the euphoria and greed band that runs along the top. The blue line obviously goes up and down according to how much Bitcoin is being bought and how much of it's being sold. As you can see from the chart, and we did discuss this in the last video, but when that blue line enters that euphoria and greed zone, it is generally followed by a big dip or a reset. Now that is the case for 2011-12, 2014, 2017, 2021, and it will almost certainly be the same for this cycle as well. Now, I did mention just there some of the factors that are holding back the current cycle, or maybe delaying it or extending what would normally be a traditional cycle, extending that out ever so slightly. And that is, of course, tariff wars, which have played a big part in the early part of the year. It's starting to sort of level off a little bit now. The US still has tariff arrangements to make with China and the EU, which are the two big players. But also there's a lot of talk about strategic reserves, not only from states in the United States, but also the Federal Reserve and also other large countries as well. So the golden zone, I think, for Bitcoin will happen when the tariff problems are ironed out and the agreements are put in place. And if that in any way aligns up with Bitcoin reserves being started by American states, by the Fed, by other countries, then absolutely Bitcoin is most likely going to go through the roof, and we will have the usual format, the usual end to the 4-year cycle, which Bitcoin has followed thus far. So once that does happen, if it follows the expected trajectory, what to do next? If you can sell off at the top once that NUPL gives you the trigger warning that it's time to sell Bitcoin, whether you own Bitcoin or not, other people will be selling off at the top there, and all that money traditionally will trickle down into large cap altcoins. Put a few on the screen here now, which is the sort of the top ones. Your Ethereums, your USDT, XRP, BNB, Solana, etc. But there is speculation going around on social media that maybe this year will be different, and all of that money from Bitcoin may surpass or leapfrog the large cap altcoins and drop into the smaller to medium cap altcoins, and maybe even the utility and AI sort of coins. People have a expectation to make larger gains in that part of the market, so it really does depend on where the masses put their money. And to be quite honest, we're not going to know that until it happens. It's something that I recommend doing your own research. If you are one of those people that want to put everything into one or two coins hoping to get those big 100, 200x gains, then I would suggest that's very unlikely in the large cap altcoins, and you are going to be looking more at the sort of utility AI coins, the lower cap area, and maybe even foregoing the altcoins altogether and going into the meme coins. There's been a lot of progress with some of the cult meme coins over the last month or two, and they are looking very strong. Depends who you listen to, but definitely do your own research. If you're a bit more risk averse and you don't want to dump everything into one or two baskets, then you can hedge your bets and scatter your portfolio across altcoins, large cap, low, medium cap, utility plays, AI plays. There is so much to choose from out there, but do your research and then have conviction in the plays that you pick. There is nothing worse than second guessing yourself once you have bought into a coin, but they will go up and down. Eventually, watch that NUPL when Bitcoin hits the top and the money starts to trickle down from Bitcoin. It will trickle somewhere, and that will either be the large cap alts. If it does, and you've bought into the low to medium cap alts or the meme coins, don't panic. You don't need to start selling at a loss to try and chase fear of missing out and all that. It will eventually come. If it doesn't go straight into the large cap alts, it might skip over that and come straight into the small cap, medium cap altcoins, utility plays, etc. And if your money is well positioned, you're in the perfect place to get some serious gains from this bull market. Okay, I've changed my mind a little bit. I'm not going to do the trenches in this video. Instead, we're going to do a YouTube short. I mentioned tariffs earlier on. We're still waiting for that to be finalised, which is obviously having an effect on the crypto market. Additionally, at the time of recording this, it's very possible that the US may be joining Israel with its attacks on Iran, which is also going to have a hugely negative effect on markets, not just crypto markets, but markets worldwide. Add to that, there's still uncertainty with Russia and Ukraine. I think, to be honest, the key word for this cycle is going to be patience. I believe I've mentioned that in one of my earlier videos as well, but it stands true. So to sum up in this video, in this short, we've had a bit of an update, spot on the top of the Bitcoin market and what could potentially happen after that, where you could position yourself for the upcoming bull run, and yes, I do believe there is going to be an epic bull run. We just need a bit of help from various countries, governments, and a whole lot of patience, I think. So yeah, if you found this helpful in any way, then please like and subscribe. It is a fairly new channel, but there will be plenty more on the way. So thanks for watching.